Hey VC, Ed from On My Turntable here. Hope everybody is doing well. Taking a break in between work meetings this afternoon. All that is taking place right in the home office over there around the corner. So since I had a bit of downtime, figured I would take some time to do something fun and put a quick little video up there. So a while back, JT on his channel, JT's Record Room, put out a cool video of a classic car show that he went to. He took some images of that show, put some music to it, and as he edited that together, he also overlaid some LP covers on top of that as you're watching the classic cars go by with the music of either cars on LP covers or people in cars on LP covers, or some 12 inches. I thought that was pretty cool. So a couple of the members of the VC have taken that to show some of their own LPs and stuff in their collection where there's cars on the cover or people in cars. Doug over at Auditory Vinyl, I think he might have been the first. I saw Morton Estades as well, and along with Brian over at Embryonic Robot. So hey, I figured I'd give it a shot, give me an opportunity to show some stuff that might not get seen otherwise. So with that, let's take a look at some LPs where there are cars on the cover. So first up, all right, so we'll start off with Fetchin' Bones and Bad Pumpkin from 1986. Great car right there in the cover. A badass car, badass cover, a badass album altogether. Fetchin' Bones, small discography, 4 LPs altogether. Don Dixon produced their first 3 LPs, the last one produced by Ed Stasium. I mean, this is pretty much what college radio sounded like in 1986. This is all over the place. It's blues, it's punk, it's rockabilly. It's fantastic. So if you're not familiar with Fetchin' Bones, definitely check them out. This is Bad Pumpkin from 1986. Car on the cover right there. Next up is an EP by the Dream Syndicate and 50 in a 25 zone. Car illustration here in the cover, as you can see. Back cover right here, released on Big Time in 1987. Also includes the classic Drinking Problem. I think, weren't these guys that whole Paisley Underground thing? That's a whole genre that passed me by. So am I getting the band right? Are they a part of that? You can let me know, or let me know that I'm totally off base on that. But Dream Syndicate right here, car on the cover, 50 in a 25 zone. Next up, an album that's a big touchstone for me from my college years. This is Mr. Julian Cope and St. Julian from 1987. We got the junkyard here, cars right here. Great picture of Julian Cope right there. Here is the back. A great track listing right here. You can't beat it. World Shut Your Mouth, Trampoline, Ease Volcano, Pulsar, St. Julian, of course, the title track. Absolutely great. A really poppy record that he made. I haven't listened to Julian Cope, his other stuff, in a long, long time, but I always go back to this record because it has a lot of great memories for me and my early college years when I was DJing at the college radio station. So Julian Cope and St. Julian. But I'm still an 80s kid, so let's do it up. Miss Aretha Franklin right here, Queen of Soul in her pink Cadillac, the 12-inch of Freeway of Love. Can't beat that cover. Here in the back, written, produced by Narada Michael Walden, who did every song back in the 80s back then. Whitney Houston and Jermaine Stewart, and his style and sound was all over Top 40 radio back then in the 80s for dance stuff. Clarence Clemens does the sax, and I had forgotten that Des Dickerson is the guitar solo on this. So Freeway of Love, Aretha 12-inch right here with that pink Cadillac. Des Dickerson, good segue into Prince. Prince, Sign of the Times, 1987. I actually pre-ordered this record from my local record store a couple weeks before it was ready to be released. I literally got it the day it came out, and this is the version that I've had since the spring of 1987. But let's find the car. The car is right here underneath the drum set right there. You could see it. There's the front of the car right there off of this phenomenal cover. So Prince, Sign of the Times, got a car on the cover there too. Here's a great one. Josie Cotton right here. Isn't this great? Convertible Music from 1982. There she is in that convertible. So fun, poppy, new wave, can't beat it. Of course, Josie Cotton, the 2 songs from this made it to the movie Valley Girl a couple years later. The opening track on side 1, He Could Be the One. And of course, the classic opening up side 2, Johnny Are You Queer? Fantastic. Josie Cotton right here, Convertible Music from 1982. It's a great cover. Got to bring in my buddies the Flesh Tones right here. Car right here on the cover. Promo copy. Speed Connection 2, live in Paris, 1985. I've seen the Flesh Tones countless times. I've lost track how many times I've seen them when they come through Connecticut. If you've never seen them, do yourself a favor and get out there. They're still touring today. Peter Zaremba and gang. Great live rock and roll record. Speed Connection. Car right there. Little Ry Cooter soundtrack, Crossroads, Ralph Macchio sitting on the back of that jalopy of that truck. A big Ry Cooter fan. His soundtrack music is pretty great. Here is the back cover. And it looks like you've got the Jalopy and Truck there again with Jamie Gertz. Look at that. So Soundtrack to Crossroads right here, Ry Cooder LP. And lastly, I'll finish up with Mr. Merle Haggard and The Roots of My Raisin from 1976. A classic Merle Haggard record. Big, big hit for him. Great stuff. And just look at that Cadillac right there with that lush red interior. Man, that is fantastic. And Merle just looking like, pissed off and cool at the same time. A classic look. So Merle Haggard and The Roots of My Raisin. So there you go. There are my LPs with some cars on the cover, or 12 inches of cars on the cover. It was fun to do. I'll send that out there. Hope you folks like it. Feel free to like and comment. And as always, as I say, with everything going on out there today, if I don't get to you folks again soon, let's all take a moment to be kind to one another. Thanks, folks.